Hello and welcome back to another 1001 Faces Before You Die.
That was my Neil Warnock.
Oh yeah, Colin Wanker.
Colin Wanker, yes.
Yeah. Niche reference, but fine. We're here for another beer review. This is another beer I got from Switzerland. I was just telling Q here. Yeah, that's right. That I have actually already had this beer accidentally. I had it in May, not realising it was in the book, and drunk it.
This guy.
I know.
Crazy.
But this beer, if you're in Switzerland, especially in the region I was in, it's readily available. I bought this in a co-op, so it's just in the supermarket. You can buy it in the supermarket. But it's a really nice beer. It's 6.3%, first brew 2007, and it is Schwarzer Kristall, which means black crystal in Swiss.
Ah, nice. Good name.
I've had it before. It's very nice, and it's got a very interesting. Do you want to bring over the other one as well from the same brewery? So this, I've had a few of their beers now. So we got a can from the same brewery.
See, if we start with this one, that's a sort of medieval style. It's like a woodcut.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's I like the cat. I think it's a cat with its big raspy tongue. He doesn't look very happy about something.
No, he doesn't.
He's blowing a raspberry at this guy.
So, and then from the same brewery, this is not in the book, but I've got a few of them anyway.
See, this is quite cool. Quite like that.
And then you've got this, which is absolutely terrifying.
Absolute nightmare fuel. I mean, look at.
No, it is terrifying, isn't it?
That.
But this is not in the book, and we're not reviewing it. And I've had it before, and it's fine. It's just a blonde ale. But we're going to have the Schwarzer Kristall. So there is. This is actually the second beer from the book from this brewery which we've had, because we had the hemp beer, the Hempfblut,
and that was good.
Was
that was one
very
that
nice.
I sourced. I remember when I was in Switzerland a while ago.
So and I say
train station beer shops.
I said I've had this before. I remember it being good, so I'm really looking forward to having this again.
Gluck, 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 gluck.
Yeah,
that's thick.
So pores and oily jet black. Yes.
Yeah, that's what
with a fine beige head, massive roast.
No head.
No, massive roasty, malty, meaty, slightly smoky nose, all reflected in the smooth, silky mouthfeel, yet not really heavy on the palate. A black delight that screams for a proper aged Swiss Gruyere on the side, not to mention the obvious sushi. What do you mean the obvious sushi?
The obvious sushi.
Why is sushi obvious?
Okay, so that has got a little bit of gunk at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how sushi is obvious, but okay.
Okay, I think we're getting into the who's washed their glass out better or not. Yours has got a little bit of a head, but mine hasn't, even though I poured them about the same.
Well, there we go. So this is from brewery Locher, but it is generally the locals, because this is also from the most local brewery to my sister and brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is Swiss, and they live over there. And it's the Apfenzeller, that's what everyone calls it around there, which you'll see it's Apfenzellen beer. So it's a regional beer, sort of well known. And I've had a few of their beers now, so I think this will be the fourth of their beers I've had. Very, very easy to get hold of. This is around the Bern area of Switzerland. I was in Solothurn. So I've had they had a ginger beer, which was nice. They've had the Nightmare Fuel beer.
Right, we're 3.5 minutes in, we need to get drinking.
Okay.
Let's chat more drink.
Sure, right. Well, it is black as night. The head is black.
Yeah, you can't see that through that. I mean, that's thick and it is oily.
Would you have a smell?
Oh, booze. Raisins, rum-soaked raisins is what that smells of. It's one of my classic cliches through these videos. If that drinks as well as it smells, that'll be good.
Well, I don't want to preempt it, but I remember it being good. So let's go for the taste. Cheers.
A lot of good stuff. Oh, that's nice.
It is good. It is as good as I remember it to be.
A bit less body than I was expecting.
Yeah. But it is a decent. It's got a nice bit of a roasty toastiness to it.
Oily, roasty.
Yeah.
Slightly bittersweet. That's the best way to describe their mouth on that.
Yeah, it is decent. It's a bit chocolatey, I'd say.
Yeah, a little bit. If that was thicker,
yeah, it'd be even better. Wouldn't
I think that'd be even better. But there's a booziness underneath, a warmness rather than a booziness.
So it's bottom fermented apparently, and it's unfiltered and unpasteurized.
Unpasteurized, sounds like the Queen. Unpasteurized.
Unpasteurized.
What is unpasteurized? Unpasteurized. That's a nice little bit.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's very easygoing. It's not too thick.
It's rum and raisiny, not rum, but that's all boozy raisiny taste.
You got to remember, it's not going to have body to it because it's not a stout or a porter.
Yeah,
it's a Schwarzer beer.
So, of course, it's a Schwarz. Right.
It's a Schwarz beer, which means it's not going to have that thickness to it.
In that case, in terms of what it's brewed to be, I can understand.
Absolutely, it's exactly what it's brewed to be. So, but it is, because it's a bit more boozy. It can have that kind of that stronger flavour, that more to it. I like the bottle. I like these ones where they're almost like bottom of a very, very tall, thin neck. I think those are really nice, actually. Very, very classy.
They look like something out of a Victorian medicine cabinet.
They do, don't they? So yes, that one.
It's got a little collar as well.
It does have a little collar.
Not sure what that's for.
Yeah, but yes, it stands for Black Crystal, and I do like the man there is holding a plate of Black Crystals.
Oh, that's what they are, is it?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
The cat is not happy about Black Crystals. He's not happy at all. Look at him.
He's like some
furious,
sort of medieval Superman cat.
Furious,
And
then the lady who's there is
she's chilling out with a beer.
Yeah, but not this beer, because look, it's a blonde beer.
Yeah,
so maybe she's come away from the Nightmare Fuel people with her beer to try and get away from.
Oh, and is it the is this a story? Is that the fusion?
Maybe
the light beer and then the dark's coming in, and
maybe
is the cat some kind of like Swiss version of?
Well, it's a black cat.
It's a Swiss version of the camera heresy. Swish. It's like, I'm not having that. Right.
So the brewery itself, they've been going since.
Would that be 1889?
1886.
No, it says 1889 on the back of this bottle, you see.
Well, that's not what it says here. Mm-hmm. That's not what it says in this here book.
I'm going for what they print on the back of it.
Yeah.
Admittedly, it's all in foreign, and 1889 is just the date, but
that's true.
That's about right.
So they basically redid their brewing range in 1996. They had an organic beer, and then they did the next one they did was the hemp flavoured one, which we had. They've got a chestnut beer, which I would like to try at some point.
We've had some chestnut beers that have been very nice. And this brewery do seem to be good.
They've had an oak aged amber, a low alcohol one, alcohol free ones, a rice beer, and then I've also had the ginger beer and the Nightmare Fuel beer, and then I've had this as well, which is very, very nice.
And it seems to do a decent range, good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's based on a late 19th century recipe, apparently. So.
Oh, maybe that's where the 1889 comes from. Perhaps that's where the recipe is, late 19th century. Okay. Right. I think now I understand that's a Schwarz beer with kick. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. That's good.
Yeah, it's not a stout or a porter. That's not a thing.
I think if they wanted to make a stout and basically just use this recipe and stouted it up, it would be bloody good.
They could, but European beers, you don't really get stouts, do you? Not in traditional.
Well, they should bloody get themselves on the stouts.
Well, funny you should say that, because maybe the next beer may well reveal itself to be in that category.
Oh, if I segued.
Might have done. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see a beer review very, very soon. Goodbye.